Morning everybody, Ronan here, back again. So I want to talk about something that's been coming up a lot with people recently. It's very interesting. It's the concept of what you want. A lot of people find it difficult to articulate what they want. And even those who do articulate it find it actually difficult to produce it. So I want to talk a little bit about the key ingredient to getting anything new or to accomplishing what you want. And also one essential decision, which if you know what the decision is, and if you make the decision and commit to it, you are pretty much guaranteed to get what you want. Big statement, but it's true. So I'll do this in a couple of minutes. So the key ingredient is desire. And there's a story I heard, which I liked, about a teacher and a student, and they're walking by a lake, and the teacher grabs the student, pushes him under the water into the lake, and holds his head down, and the student's freaking out, thrashing in the water, trying to get out, and the teacher releases his hand off the student's head after about 20 seconds or so, and the student's like screaming at the teacher, going, "What the hell have you done? You know, what's all that about?" And the teacher said, "What were you thinking about when you were underwater?" And the student said, "I was thinking about air." And the teacher said, "Well, whatever you want, you've got to want it as much as you wanted air when you thought you were going to drown." That level of desire is probably the essential ingredient to producing what you want and to going next level and to accomplishing more and all those things. So I would call that almost like a compulsion. It's like you feel compelled to make something happen. Now, we're not going to go into moral judgments here. I'm not going to go into moral judgments and say, "Oh, what you want is great and what you want is bad," or anything like that. It's not my place. Only each individual knows. So it's not about desire and compulsion on a, on a vice level, although it could be. It's more like a desire. It's more like a desire and a compulsion on a level that's of high value to you. So your desire level will be influenced by whether you're behaving and acting in an area that's important to you. So if it's an area that's important to you and you feel compelled to do it, your desire level will go through the roof. So number one is getting your desire level to a sufficiently high energy to the point where you feel compelled to do something. It's a compulsion. You just must do it. That's the first part. Then the second part is the decision. There is one decision which, if you make it, if you identify it, which we're going to do here, and then if you decide to make the decision and commit to it, that's probably going to guarantee that you get what you want. Okay, so the decision is this. So first of all, you feel compelled and you have a very high energy, very high level of desire for what you say you want. Okay. The second one is you have to identify the price that must be paid to have it or to make it happen, and then commit to paying that price. So for example, somebody might say they want to have a business, but they want to stay in bed until midday every day, and so therefore they're not willing to pay the price. So the level of desire that they claim that they've got is in conflict with the fact that they're deciding not to pay a price. So if you are absolutely congruent and you say, "This is what I want and I'll pay this price for it," that is a very powerful force, very powerful energy, and it's most likely going to produce what you want for real. So I would say, if you're watching this, just look at anything that you say you want in your life and be honest with yourself and go, what's your level of desire? Do you feel like that you feel compelled to make it happen? If you're feeling compelled to make it happen, that's a great start. Have you identified the price to pay to make it happen? If you have identified it, have you committed to paying it? That's it. So get your desire level high, your energy high. Figure out what it is, what is the price that you need to pay to have it. If you want to, let's say, live in one place, well then you can't live in another, but you can live in both, but you can't live in one all the time. If you want to be, let's say, live in the country, it's hard to live in the city. If you want to be in business, well then you probably can't expect the luxuries and securities of being in employment, or so-called securities of being in employment. So there's a price to pay. So get your desire right. Figure out whether it's compelling for you. Be true to yourself. Be truthful about whatever you're wanting. Identify the price that you need to pay, and then commit to paying it or not. If your desire is high enough, you've identified a correct price, and you've committed to paying that price, well, I think you'll probably get what you want. Okay, good luck. Till next time, all the best.